Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between the red Terran DooMDash and the blue Terran FEEMAR. Like a Pokemon. FEEMAR. Look at that. Doesn't even say have fun. GLHF, guys. GL. Doesn't sound right. TvT here on Delta Quadrant. So, DooMDash. I got like 5 replays today. They're like 6 or something. Oh, I got a lot of replays today that I need to cast. I might just cast all night, guys. This might be your night to enjoy the casting glory. But I saw that DooMDash is definitely not feeling the best today, so I decided to cast his games first. I'm sorry if you guys send me a replay. You're like, cast it, I think. I'm like, no, bitch. Anyway, DooMDash is a 2,000 point diamond, and I think he's going to get to Master League first out of all my friends, except for Thornraven, also has a very good chance. And he's kind of feeling like he's hit the, what's it called? The roof. The roof's on fire. Feels like he hits a skill peak. And so, I'm casting this game because, one, he's a great Terran player. I know this. And we can learn a lot from... You guys can. I'm not Terran. Terran sucks. But you stupid Terran players can learn a lot from DooMDash. And... what was the other point? Jeez, guys. Anyway. Because he needs it. Yeah, because I think he would enjoy getting his game casted. So, yeah, it's on low settings. Big deal. Want to fight about it? There's the SCVs checking each other out. And this is a game that demonstrates something that I have also demonstrated for Protoss. Pro DooMDash. Anyway, DooMDash is a, dang, that's kind of a late, isn't it? Does that feel late to you guys? Maybe it's not late for me. I think like gas before see, gas take 30 seconds to finish. Right, haha. This takes 60 seconds. So, yeah, that was probably about the same time started. I guess that's just how you guys play TvT. Like I said, when you guys ask for pointers and you're not main race P, I can only give you stuff that makes sense. I mean, it may not be what is true, but like I say to you guys, I don't like build orders. Do you know why that is? I didn't know any build orders when I first started playing. I didn't know any. But I learned over time that 9 pylon is pretty good. And then chrono boosting out like 11, 12, 13, 14. I learned that 9 pylon is the way to go. If you just took it with a build order, you can lose a lot between there. So, I forgot what I'm talking about, guys. You know what? I'm going to cast a shit ton of games. By the end of it, I'll be like on fire. I can make mistakes in my first one. This is my warm-up game. So, you guys, little spoiler alert. If you remember, I got the +1 charge, +1 armor / shield / attack. Charge a lot timing attack. And that actually was partly influenced by DooMDash. He's given me some advice on an interesting Protoss play that if I played more... Actually, Protoss players, here's an interesting strategy for you. It's, I've been working on it in my head, but now I have to kind of complete it, and I'm really good at doing this. Oh yeah, I got an idea. Production tab. Using Archons. No, I will not use them against Terran. Not now. No, not against Protoss. Yes, against Zerg. Archons are pretty good. And so, this is kind of an interesting build. It's the +1 attack transition into Dark Templar. And now, it's very strange and kind of, it's on borderline what would be considered, it's not cheese, but it's kind of cheesy. You know, like, awesome sauce. Get into the game back for just a second, though. We got a factory of the tech lab going down for Mr. FEEMAR. And we have just a factory going down. So that's a delayed factory, probably because of the bunker that went down. As you guys can see, a little bit of macro... it's not really macro fail. He can't make any units, so... But his reactor is... second. So you guys are watching this. That's... Anyway, guys, Protoss build. I'd love to see a replay of you doing this, because I don't play as much as I probably should. Protoss build. 1v1, not this 4v4 crap. Against Zerg players. +1... weapon charge attack. Attempt to take out the Expo because odds are he has expanded. Expand yourself. Move on to Dark Templar unless you need High Templar. And then use Archons. But the reason that it's designed to use Dark Templar is because Zerg get detection so easily that you use the Dark Templar, you hit fast, and then you turn them into Archons and you win right there. And so that's how that little thing works. And of course, the +1 weapons will benefit the Archon as well, versus what +1 armor would do against Terran players. So, if you guys get a replay of that, I'd love I'd love to see it. Just let me know what it is when you send me the replay. I got a replay today that I will cast of like a 2300 diamond player versus a guy, PvZ. I love those games. And then his description was, I. It's like, what happened during the game? I. Okay, good. I mean, little descriptions are fine. Like, Dark Templar. Oh, there's Dark Templar. I definitely want to take a look. Oh, 3 racks. Well, I'm just going to put that in the delete folder. Anyway, guys, let's get to the game at hand. There we go. Important. I didn't miss it. Armory went down, and +1 weapons. Like me, DooMDash in TvT has started becoming an advocate or supporter of +1 weapons. And now +1 weapons, as we will see, it's a very... You guys see I preloaded. Ha, I listened to you guys. +1 weapons can be very important. And now, it's one of the most important things about learning how to play. I can get rid of that. I hate looking at it. One of the most important things about learning how to play is knowing when to upgrade and when it benefits you the most. 1 Marine with +1 weapons isn't going to beat 2 Marines without +1 weapons. But 10 Marines with +1 weapons might beat 9 Marines without +1 weapons. You know, just to give you a little example. And so, you have to know when it benefits you the most. DooMDash, I hope you watch this cast, because I'm doing it for you, and I would appreciate it if you left a comment below that I could copy and paste off of so everybody would be able to read it, of units that Terran really benefit from. I know you've looked into this. Units that Terran players can really benefit from upgrading. Like I was telling you guys in the other cast, Immortals and Colossus are great candidates for the +1 weapon upgrade. And I do know that Siege Tanks used to get like +5 for every upgrade. So, DooMDash, I would appreciate if you left a comment down there that I could copy and paste so everybody can read to let players know what kind of units really benefit from +1 weapons build. And now, of course, he's going for mechanized +1, so we should be seeing some Thors in the not too far future. Thors in TvT can be very effective, but you kind of have to transition past this part of the game where there's a lot of tanks. You can't run Thors into the tank line unless you got a lot, and he doesn't have very many. Looking at the game, we have 1 racks, 1 starport, just doing the standard Terran BS, blah. Boring. Let's look over here. This is cooler. You guys can feel my energetic hand gestures, can't you? I probably should get a webcam. I do have one, but of course we can't do live stream yet, so... Oh, I was thinking about something about the computer. Anyway, Bunker probably could stand to salvage that, and see, magic. I just did it for him. Expanding before his opponent, great play. Always nice to expand before your opponent does, and he's expanding within base. Probably be better to expand here. Less distance. And other than that, though, great job staying on top of macro pretty well. Gas is a little high. That's okay. His opponent's macro is similar. Down 200. He's got like 4 extra Marines. But once again, those 4 extra Marines won't make a difference. And now you can see, at this point in the game, I've been kind of floating around everywhere today. At this point in the game, DooMDash is definitely pretty weak. I mean, he's even supply blocked. This would be a great time to use call down extra supplies. He's a little weak right now. Look how much units he has. Look at the units tab. Our army tab is a better representation. Blue's beating the shit out of him. If Blue scouted properly and just attacked, he'd probably win. But we do know that DooMDash has 2 defensive turrets and they have +1 weapon. Or, no, not turrets. You guys know what they are. Just edit out what I say. He's got 2 defensive siege tanks and they have +1 weapons. Now, unfortunately, his what is it called? Not Stargate. Starport. I knew it before I clicked it, I swear. His Starport tech is definitely lacking right now. This build probably could benefit from a Banshee, or I would be hesitant to say it exactly. And like I say, if it's not Protoss related, think about what I say. Consider if it could benefit your play. If it is Protoss play, obey. Obey! This build probably could benefit from a Raven, using PDD to give you the sight range and be immune to the Viking shots, or a Banshee for similar reasons if it had Cloak. Of course, PDD is free compared to the Banshee. The Banshee's Cloak is expensive. So he sees this, he doesn't engage for some reason, probably because of the defensive siege line, but he goes for a Contain and an Expand. And now I know that DooMDash is probably going to expand himself in the not too far future. His opponent is probably going to do a similar thing. Taking this Expand first definitely puts you in a great spot because being contained sucks. You're sitting back there like, shit, I can't do shit. I can't expand. I'm fucking stuck back here, and he's going to expand like crazy. But when you got a backdoor expansion too, it's nice to have that availability. So, quite a bit of Marines. Once again, he's got the +1 weapons, and now he's got the first Thor out. And so this is kind of his TvT opener. It's definitely weak to, like, really fast Marines. I wouldn't... like I said, guys, it's Terran, so mistakes will be made. I will abide by those mistakes, but it probably is weak to certain things like fast Marines, Tanrax, etc. You saw how weak he was at that early mid-game point. Now that we're transitioning to the real mid-game, he's got his throw out with +1 weapons. That's really big. They hit twice. That was like +3 damage, I think, so times 2. And DooMDash has done a lot of research on his +1 weapons. He did an interesting post about making PvZ balance, PvT balanced. And so his opponent is finally expanding. This is really bad. Once you see your opponent expanding, he didn't expand while pushing. And I can mix those up whenever I want to. He didn't expand while pushing, and he didn't expand when he saw his opponent's expansion. And so he took his units and didn't do anything with them. I mean, this could have been broken. DooMDash could have died already. He could have just won. Or, you know, pushed and expanded. He's got a contain set up. This doesn't mean anything at all. It doesn't mean anything unless you expand. Right now it's like, oh, contain, except for you're on 2 bases. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. So, containments are great, guys. Take advantage of your containment and expand. I mean, there's always the danger of breaking through the containment, but then there's always the thing about canceling an expansion. Oh, man, you're being... Look at Blizzard checking you out right there. He's like, what's going on, guys? I'm Blizzard. And there we go, expand. I heard this when I was preloading. I'm like, oh my god, there's a drop! And then, of course, there isn't a drop. Expand finally finished. Great macro, buddy. There you go. There you go. I'm making fun of players. You guys Terran, you suck. That's a lot of SCVs. That's a shit ton of SCVs. Definitely be one of those times where if I was him, I'd probably double expand considering how long this contain has been up. Or I'd actually scout. Scouting is, once again, this is one of those Terran things you probably should just listen to. But, Ravens are actually really good at scouting in TvT. And can be effective in PvT. I know that players will be like, that's not really fragile. Well, that's not 100% true. PDD is awesome. It stops a shit ton of shit. That's copyright. You guys can't use it. Shit ton of shit. That's Ice Fang copyright. I mean, except for Marines, which follows the problem of a lot of things. Ravens stop a lot of things that can attack them, especially in PvT. Using a Raven, I'm looking at all these units. Using a Raven to scout would be great because you can sit down a PDD, you can see what you need to see, and then get out before it's out of energy. There's not much a Terran player or Protoss player can do. It stops photon cannon shots, stops stalker shots, and stops Phoenix shots. But you know, it doesn't stop like Archons. Oh no, doesn't stop. I'm at 5 now. Doesn't stop carriers. Oh my god, my brain's about to explode. Little suggestion here for DooMDash. I'm sure you know this, but if you don't, some Terran. This isn't like something you should do. It's something you should think about. Some Terran players like to turn their command centers into orbital commands before they expand to build up energy while they float over. And so that's how I would play Terran. That may not be the right way to play Terran. So now DooMDash is finally moving out, and we can see his army is very scary, especially versus armored. Unfortunately, his AA is very weak. Fortunately for him, that doesn't matter. It's like, oh shit, Vikings. I don't care, even though he only has 2 Vikings. Whatever. So he's pushing out. Got a nice, tasty... It's like a juicy Thor inside with a crunchy tank shell. And so this is one of those examples of you need to scout better, buddy. Like, I gotta contain setup. He'll never get out without going through my way. And then, of course, DooMDash is going to catch a lot of units out of position, and he's going to be able to flank his opponent. Although, spoilers, I don't think he will be doing that. I probably shouldn't let you, like, preload the video, not watch it. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. What's going on? Okay, I just want to click on the video. Blizzard knows what's going on. The Automaton 2000. Take a look at that important unit. It's following the army. Trying to help. Great. Little strike force here. Ready to be completely obliterated. Let's take a look at those +1 weapons. Goodbye, Marauder. Goodbye, Marine. Let's watch them turn into siege mode. And now he's got the defensive bonus. Except for he's in your base. Sorry, FEEMAR. This is probably for not saying good luck or whatever. Or have fun. You're like, I don't care. Just good luck. I don't care if you do well. Yay. Goodbye, medevac. Every time I think about how weak the Terran AA, I'm like, oh, but he's got Marines, so he's going to base race. Let me tell you something, guys. That's not going to work very well. This is +1 armor, which is great against these Marines. And then, of course, his siege tanks, there's only 4. They don't have any bonuses. Now, look at this. Yeah, that will destroy a building really, really fast. And now, this game isn't actually the best representation of the +1 weapons attack. It would have been great for me as a caster to watch you engage the army in the middle with +1 weapons despite the siege line, but that's okay. Gonna go drop. Sweet. Woo. Oh my god. And so this is definitely GG. I mean, there's nothing. Oh no! Siege tanks! If only I didn't outnumber you and then have +1 weapons too. That would be good. Oh, the Marines have +1 weapons, so I wasn't sure if he got that. I missed that part. So he did get +1 weapons with his Marines, and just like +1 armor against them, +1 weapons for Marines is insane. Here's 100 Marines. Here's 1,000 Marines. It would actually increase them by like a pi number. So here's 100 Marines. Here's 114.1593 Marines. So unfortunately for that .1593 Marine, he's very, very dead. My feet are burning! And so, to the game, that is definitely it for his opponent. He's floating away like a little bitch. He's like,
I didn't say have fun. You don't have to have fun while I'm playing. You suck, bitch.
and Thor's doing a lot of kills here. He did post the second one, so I'm going to look forward to cast. This is like my warm-up cast. I hope the next one will really show the importance of +1 weapons. You can see how fast these obliterate buildings. I mean, the base is gone compared to this. Oh no, I'm being destroyed. There we go. FEEMAR just leaves the game. Look, you guys don't have to have fun. Ew. I got a howl now. Shit. Oh, quick thing. This isn't to avoid the howl. This will be my first attempt at a video that's longer than 15 minutes. It may not be longer than 15 minutes, but I'm sure that out of like the 7 games I intend to try to cast tonight, one of them will be over 15 minutes, and it will be an example of a video that's over 15 minutes long. You guys can compare and contrast it. You didn't post that many comments. It makes me angry, but I still appreciate the feedback that I got, and I have decided that for the time being, unless I get feedback otherwise, I will upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes long. Anyway, this is the Wolf, and I thank you for watching my cast. Arrgh! Ooh.